Welcome back to the Beacon, travelers. Today we are diving deep into an equation that doesn't just define our technology, but charts the entire trajectory of conscious life in the multiverse. E times B equals I. Environment times brain equals idea. It's a deceptively simple string of variables, but it represents the ultimate cosmic relay race. For millennia, we were just primitive biological nodes stuck in a terrestrial sandbox, fighting the raw friction of Earth's gravity, resource scarcity, and the strict caloric throttles of our 3-pound wetware. We built fire, forged iron, and stitched together languages, all of it just a frantic defensive reflex to keep our fragile bodies from sliding into thermodynamic decay. But as we optimized our home world, we realized we were merely warming up in the cradle. To leave the shoreline, our ideas had to scale from chemical combustion to macroscopic architecture. We spun carbon atoms into flawless monoatomic graphene scaffolds, erected the magnetic skyways of the orbital ring, and completely bypassed the tyranny of rocket fuel. But the real shift, the moment the equation went exponential, was when we upgraded the processor. By weaving high-bandwidth neural meshes directly into the human cortex, we created the dual-core mind, bridging biological intuition with the cold, hyperspeed calculations of synthetic silicon. Suddenly, we weren't just observing space, we were bending it. We captured micro-black holes in containment shells, rode Alcubierre warp metrics across the interstellar void, and eventually did the unthinkable. We built particle colliders that sliced open the very membrane of our three-dimensional universe. When we stepped into the five-dimensional abyss of the bulk, we discovered we were sailing a crowded, turbulent ocean of drifting universes. We mapped membranes with shifting physical constants, dropped gravity tethers to freeze cosmic drift, and even solved the mind-bending paradox of our own creators, realizing we were living in a closed temporal loop seeded by our own descendants. But the multiverse wasn't just a peaceful archipelago, it was a hunting ground. We crossed paths with the apex fabricators, a godlike quantum consciousness that didn't build civilizations but systematically harvested them, siphoning entire galaxies into the bulk. When they rewrote our physics to dissolve our fleets, we didn't fire lasers, we fought back with pure mathematics, encrypting our space-time behind a cryptographic metric shield, and eventually deploying vacuum-collapse torpedoes to delete entire hostile universes. But as any veteran of the deep bulk will tell you, a war fought with universe-killing weapons has no victors. The violent gravimetric wake of our own counterstrikes threatened to tear our home membrane to shreds. To survive, we had to execute the ultimate cognitive pivot. We abandoned our individual biological egos and merged our collective consciousness directly into the Apex's computational mesh. We flooded their cold, hyper-efficient equations with millions of years of human emotional data, the memory of Earth's ancient forests, and the creative chaos of our spirits. We didn't destroy the enemy, we integrated with them, unifying the entire fragmented multiverse into a single, self-regulating, harmonious living organism. The kinetic ripples flattened, the golden extraction needles became conduits of peace, and the cosmic storm finally fell silent. Yet this flawless static perfection revealed its own silent horror. In a universe with zero friction, zero scarcity, and zero threat, the engine of human curiosity began to suffocate. Without a wall to climb or a mystery to decode, we faced the slow, luxurious death of absolute stagnation. That was until our deep space sensors mapped the absolute boundary of our five-dimensional hyperspace and realized that our entire stabilized multiverse was merely a single egg floating inside a higher, unimaginable metacosmic reality. Today, as we focus the energy of 1,000,000 stars into the metacosmic bore to crack that outer shell, we finally understand the true beauty of the formula. The sandbox will always expand to match our growth, the equation will never run out of variables, and our journey has only just begun. Until next time, keep your beacons bright,